Good morning, Gales. We are planning a Thanksgiving liturgy of the Word next week with Father Yarrick on Thursday, October the 8th for Cohort B for you guys, and on Friday, October the 9th for Cohort A. We will be celebrating our liturgy live in the forum, and Mr. Trabuco will be streaming it live to your classrooms via the TVs. As part of the liturgy, I'll be asking you this morning, teachers, to send one student down to the forum today to pick up a pumpkin and a marker for your class. The attendance office will call you down when it's time for you to send your student. We'll be doing this in a physically distant, responsible manner. This pumpkin will be for both cohorts. The idea is for each of you, students and teachers, to write down what you are thankful for around the pumpkin. You can write as much as you like. Just make sure to leave room for Cohort A to write their words on Monday. Please sanitize the marker that I'll be giving you after each use. And students and teachers, please sanitize your hands before and after you touch the marker and the pumpkin. I'll be asking you to bring the pumpkin back down to the stage in the forum next Wednesday in preparation for our liturgy. In Cohort B, I'm also in need of 3 or 4 students to read during your liturgy. So if you're interested, please come see me with your teacher's permission sometime today in room 211. God is good, Gail, so let us give thanks. And I wasn't going to tell any jokes today, but so many people were asking me if I was going to tell a joke. Mr. Daly's already laughing. This is good. So Mr. Thurs has been doing some amazing work on my car, and I was telling him, I love my Jeep, but I'm thinking that I might like to buy a Tesla. And he said, did you know that Teslas don't have that new car smell? I'm like, no, I didn't realize that. And Mr. Thurs said, yes, they have more of an Elon Musk. Okay, that's it for me.
This is CHSTV News.
Good morning, Cathedral. I'm Alexandra with your morning announcements for Thursday, October 1st. Let's start off the show with a message from Mr. Daly.
Good Thursday morning, Cathedral, and welcome back to Cohort B. I hope you're working hard. We're running out of academic days in our first block, first period. So I hope you're keeping up. I hope you're doing your best. And I know your teachers are working very hard for you and all the support staff as well. I want to thank Miss O'Keefe. She did a far better job talking about Orange Shirt Day than I did yesterday on the fly. And we have to, I want to highlight the fact that here at Cathedral, we've had the Nyahweh support program for self-identifying Indigenous students for many years here. It originally was staffed with a woman named Marissa Buttons, who now works at the board, and now it's staffed by a graduate of Cathedral, Nathan Muir. Unfortunately, he's not here today, but I want to thank Nathan for all the good work he does. And what that program does, it's a place for Cathedral really to highlight Native culture, education, support for self-identified students. And if you happen to be a student who has a Native background, we would encourage you to self-identify and let us know and take advantage of that great program. And I wanted to thank Nathan and Miss Adelino and all the other staff who did a great job preparing our school for Orange Shirt Day. And it was formally yesterday, but we celebrate it today as well so that both cohorts can be a part of that. So thank you all. And with that, we'll go back to the anchor.
Today is day 2 of student council elections. It's time to hear speeches from the candidates running for vice president, executive officer, publicity rep, and community rep. Grade 9 rep speeches and senior rep speeches will be available for the grade 9s, 11s, and 12s to watch on their grade level LMS. Please take a couple of moments to watch their speeches before you vote. All teachers have been emailed a YouTube link to these videos if they choose to watch their speeches as a class. Before we get into the speeches, congratulations goes out to the acclaimed student council members, Kiara Fricano as the spiritual rep, Paige Wallace as junior rep, Noah Dreswicki as the tech rep, and Kayla Hewitson as athletics and wellness rep. First off, we will hear from the candidates running for Vice President, Jacob Flynn and Alex Matt Viu.
Hey Gales, I'm Jacob Flynn and I'm running for the position of Vice President. I assure you that under Mario's supervision and direction, I will put everything I have into making sure we get the most out of a year that none of us planned for. This past summer, I was completely distraught thinking of what my senior year would look like. Though when I arrived at Cathedral on the first day of school, I remembered this is my home. And just being here with a positive mindset is all I need. My goal is that all of us can adopt this positive attitude that I envision, and I guarantee you that we will have a memorable year. While I can't promise much with all this uncertainty, I can promise that I have all of the students' best interests in mind when making decisions. Trust me, I want to get back in the gym to hear the best fans in the city roaring, back in the forum to finish my overdue homework, and back in the caf to buy at least 4 caf cookies just as much as you all do. Although all of that might not return for a while, as the safety of our staff and students is top priority, I will find other creative ways we can come together as a school, whether it's virtually or 6 feet apart. Thank you, and vote Flynn for the win.
Hello Gales. For those of you who are new to Cathedral or who haven't met me before, my name is Alex Matthew and I'm running for this year's Student Council Vice President. I hope that all of your classes are going well. If this isn't your first year here, you'll know how lucky we are to be a part of this great community here at CHS. And for the newcomers, you'll see soon enough just how great the school really is. That is, if Mr. Daly hasn't already given you enough reasons. 2020 hasn't been the most pleasant year for the most of us, but we still have the rest of the school year to schedule and plan some great events for everyone. My goal for the 2020-2021 school year as Vice President is to make sure that as a council and as a school, we can support each other in the school's effort to make the year as enjoyable as possible. Naturally, there will always be some challenges that a group will face, but during my experience working in retail and especially during COVID, I've learned how to deal with all kinds of personalities. I've also figured out how to overcome the challenges that I was presented with during those encounters. With that being said, I assure you that if elected as Vice President, not only will I be able to take whatever the year throws at me, but I can make certain that my presence will be beneficial to this year's Student Council. It'll be an interesting school year to say the least, and the best is yet to come. That's why I'm counting on you, Gales, to vote for me, Alex Matthew, or the guy with the difficult last name on this year's ballot, as Student Council Vice President. Thank you.
Next, we will hear from the candidates running for Executive Officer, Alexa Daly, Stacy Estabillo, and Vanessa Meme.
Hello again, Gales. I am back, and most of you should know me now, but if not, I'm Alexa, and I'm running for Student Council Executive Officer. If elected, my job would be to organize schedules, keep track of what's going on, oversee the finances, and more. Since I was working this position last year, I know what has worked and what we can do better. My goal is to make Cathedral an even greater place to go to school, if that's even possible. We all know it's the best school in the city, but even the best can get better. This year is like no other, but I know we can find ways to make the year special, despite all the challenges. Cathedral has the best school spirit in the world. We all know that, but I know we can come together to make this year fun, unique, and forgettable. The blue and white can find a way to make this year a great one. One thing that unites us is that we all bleed blue, and our blue and white ancestors have been through a lot, and now we can add COVID to a list of what Cathedral has conquered. Whether you recognize me in a mask or not, I want you all to know that I'm always around to listen, help, and I'm super enthusiastic about this school. Thank you, and don't forget to vote Alexa.
Good morning, Cathedral. My name is Stacy, and I am running for the Executive Officer position. As I've read the duties when becoming the Executive Officer, I've realized that it takes a lot of responsibility and commitment. It is an important position to take on. If I were to become the Executive Officer, I want you to know that I am willing to commit fully to my duties. I will make sure to note down important information and in an organized manner and inform everyone in the Council of any changes mentioned right away. I will keep records of the Council's activities and all financial matters. I would also make sure to be on top of the schedule and remind everyone of any upcoming activities and more. I believe myself to be an organized, observant, and responsible person. I will take my responsibilities seriously, not only as part of the Council, but also as a student. In a time like this, everything is distressing, But as long as we take care of ourselves and each other and have faith, then I believe that we will all get through this. Thank you for your time and have a great day, Cathedral.
This is the part where I'm supposed to tell you my name and tell you what position I'm running for, at which point you'll probably tune me out. But let's skip that. Instead, I'm going to tell you about my favorite highlight from high school. It was the first week of high school. I was done for the day, tired, and so ready to go home. I was walking down the forum stairs where I was trying to put all my stuff in my binder, and I fell down the stairs. It was not a graceful one. I was expecting people to laugh, to make comments, and just walk away. Instead, every student around me helped me get up, helped me get my stuff from the floor, and asked if I was okay. And it was at that moment that I felt the Gale spirit that's so commonly talked of. The Gale spirit that Mr. Daly never fails to remind us of every chance he gets. And it's that Gale spirit that's driving me to run for executive officer today. We're in unprecedented times, and if anyone told me at the start of this year that we would be facing a global pandemic together, I would have laughed in their face. It's completely absurd. But here we are, and we're getting through this together. We've gotten so far in this journey through cooperation and trust, and that trust is what I ask of you Gales today. Trust that I would hold this office with integrity, with honesty, with resilience, with humility, and that I work right beside the amazing individuals that would be and already are on student council. The role of executive officer is a new challenge for me, and it's also important to me. A new challenge that I know that I can take on. A new challenge that I can take on because I know I have what it takes. I know I have the passion, the vision, and the skills to succeed in this role. And I need your help into making that a reality. Now, you've been hearing a lot of eyes in this speech, I know. But this role is bigger than me. It's about you. Yes, you on the other side of the screen. It's about how together we can work for a better future. It's about how I can use this role to help you, members of the Student Council, the best way I possibly can. I know that I'm not as well known and I'm just in grade 10, but I do believe in what we can do together and what we can achieve. So I stand before you today as a fellow Gale, humbly asking for your vote so we can continue to move forward in cooperation and trust. Don't hesitate. Vote Vanessa for executive officer. Thank you and have a great day, Gales.
We'll hear from the candidates running for publicity rep, Jennifer Harbottle and Elena Hilson.
Do you guys want to be informed in what's happening around here? Well, if so, keep listening. Hi, my name is Jennifer Harbottle. Some of you may know me and some of you may not. And if you don't, well, I'm a grade 11 student running for this year's publicity rep. I'm not going to make this long and say promises I can't keep, but I am going to say that I'm outgoing, honest, and reliable. I'm a great team player, and I'm going to work hard with other council members to bring you guys a great school year, even under these crazy times. Now, I know I could keep going on to list all my positive characteristics, but honestly, my focus is not on me. It's on you and what I can do for you. I'll keep you guys informed with what's happening the best I can. This year's going to be different, as we all know, but I will try my best to make this year a little less stressful and a little more fun. With all that being said, vote for me for your 2021 year publicity rep.
Hi. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Elena Hilson. That is the exact way I started my speech when I ran for grade 9 rep 2 years ago. I began my speech with a story about my first day of high school. I explained how I missed the bus that day because I didn't know what my bus number was and had to call my dad to pick me up. I missed my bus because I was uninformed, and subsequently, I had to disrupt my dad only because I was uninformed. Since then, I've maintained a common goal throughout my time on student council, to keep you, the student body, informed of all the amazing events and opportunities Cathedral has to offer. Because of this, I am running to be your student council publicity rep. For the past 2 years, I've had the chance to be part of your student council as the grade 9 rep and the junior rep. One thing I've noticed in my years on student council is that information pertaining to events and opportunities is oftentimes lost before it ever reaches you. And finding it by yourself isn't at all as easy as it should be. As publicity rep, it would be my goal to make sure everyone has easy access to information about all student council ran or related events in the school. Due to the fact we are in a pandemic, phrases like "in these unprecedented times" or "in these times of great uncertainty" are things we hear often. In these uncertain times, certainty is important. As publicity rep, I would ensure that every student knows what school events are happening. You can find some certainty in that. In the past, the majority of the things the publicity rep was responsible for was for promoting student council events such as dances by way of banners or posters. However, this year publicity rep is very different. Instead of making banners, the publicity rep's job is to keep the student body informed through social media, CHSTV news, and signs around the school. I don't want anyone else to be as uninformed as I was and have to call someone to pick them up from school. Beyond that, I don't want anyone else to be as misinformed as I was. If you vote for me, I can ensure that you will be informed about all Cathedral events. Although this will be very different, I can ensure that this year will be another great year at Cathedral. So vote for me, Elena Hilson, to be your Student Council Publicity Rep. Thanks for listening and good luck in all your classes.
Lastly, we will hear from the candidates running for Community Rep, Marissa Bowles and Romeo Fricano.
Hello, students of Cathedral. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Marissa Bowles, and I am running for this year's Community Rep. Time really does fly by quickly. I remember not so long ago being a nervous grade 9 student, not knowing what to expect of high school, and here I am, now in grade 12, preparing myself for the new journey ahead. Who would have thought a year ago that there would be a global pandemic, having to wear masks everywhere we go while social distancing? It is definitely not how I imagined spending my last year of high school. Whether you are taking courses in school or online, I completely understand how challenging and difficult it has been, and I know that this year will be filled with much uncertainty. I want to be your community rep, as I love to help others become involved in making a difference in my community whenever I can. Over these past 3 years, I have met many terrific people and have had amazing experiences participating on various school teams, clubs, and events, as well as volunteering outside of school. As well, I understand the challenges and priorities provided by each grade. With my various experience of community involvement both inside and outside of school, as well as my determined and hard-working mindset, I can assure you all that I will work to represent you at council and club meetings, making sure your voice is always heard. Even under these circumstances, I want to make sure that this year is as enjoyable, positive, and successful for all of you, and I'm always open to new ideas. So together as a team, we can achieve great things. Never forget that. Thank you for listening, and vote Marissa Bowles for Community Rep.
Good morning, fellow staff and students. For those who don't know, my name is Romeo Fricano, and I'm currently a grade 10 student who's ready to be your voice on student council. Given the current pandemic, there's no telling what this year has in store for us. Regardless, I'm hoping to make this school year even better by fulfilling the role of community rep to the best of my ability. I will communicate with all clubs, well, any club that runs this year, that is. And I will always be available, even when my cohort is not in the building. From the first time I arrived here at Cathedral, I knew I wanted to become involved. I already had a little experience from spending time in leadership roles and joining clubs. This community is already amazing, so I challenge us, all together, to make it even better as we trudge through this pandemic. This being said, whatever challenge we face, we stand together with our blue blood flowing through us. We're born to be Gales. We have all grown and made Cathedral High School our new home. As your community rep, I aspire to be fun, energetic, involved, and a dedicated leader who will voice each one of our community's opinions. Together, we can successfully keep our community safe while still having a fantastic time. So please, don't forget to vote Romeo Fricano to make this school year the best one yet.
Grade 9s can review the Grade 9 rep speeches on the grade level LMS. The candidates for Grade 9 rep are Nicole Daly, Alyssa Dreswicki, Sienna Ford Landu, and Denise Padre. Grade 11s and 12s can view the senior rep speeches on their grade level LMS. The candidates for the senior rep are Dante Lentini, Daniela Lemus, and Lexi Smith. Now that you have watched all the videos, it is time to vote. Voting will take place on the grade level LMS classes. Watch this video for further instructions.
A new LMS class has been created for each grade. Students have automatically been added to these classes. Log into your LMS and look for the new class. For example, grade 10s will see the class called CHS Grade 10. In the news feed, you will see a post explaining that you can re-watch the speeches you just saw. Grade 9 students are strongly encouraged to watch the Grade 9 rep speeches that were not broadcast on TV. Additionally, grade 11 and 12 students are encouraged to watch the senior rep speeches. When you are ready to cast your vote, click on the Click Here to Vote Now link. This will bring you to a quiz page. Click Start Quiz. You will be presented with multiple choice questions. You can only choose one name per question, and you can only vote once. Only grade 9s can vote for the grade 9 rep, and only grade 11s and 12s can vote for senior rep. All students can vote for the positions of vice president, executive officer, publicity rep, and community rep. When you are done voting, click Submit Quiz. You can vote on any computer, smartphone, or tablet until Thursday at 11:59 p.m.
Voting is now open. If possible, teachers are asked to give students a couple of minutes to vote on the LMS site. Good luck to all the candidates and thanks for watching. Have a great day, Gales.